ReWire allows us to have one application act as host and another application act as the slave, sending audio to the host and having that audio appear in the mixer. The two programs or applications are sample accurately synced together, allowing the streaming of multiple channels at a time. Many programs support the ReWire protocol, like Ableton Live, Sony Acid Pro, and M-Audio Torque, to name a few. I have Reason installed on my computer, so we're going to use this for our example. Now let's get Reason rewired into Cubase. If I try to launch Reason immediately, I get this error message. Engine not responding, please check your ReWire host. And it can often lead to a crash. One of the few reasons for getting error messages when connecting ReWire instruments is that you either open Reason first and Cubase second, or you need to check your audio setup and make sure that release driver when application is in background is unchecked. Now open Reason and load up a song. Press play and then switch back to Cubase. Now all we need to do is select Reason ReWire from the Devices menu. Turn on as many channels as you need. I'm just going to start off with the left and right mix. Cubase is playing in time with Reason. Now open Reason and load up a song. Press play and then switch back to Cubase. Now open the Cubase mixer. The ReWire channels from Reason are here. The cool thing is we can treat this just like a real audio track. Let's add EQ to it. And then add some effects. Feel free to record audio tracks and MIDI tracks right alongside of your ReWire tracks. It's just another track in your project. When it comes time for audio mixdown, don't even think about the ReWire track. Everything gets mixed down regardless of whether it's an audio track, a virtual instrument, or a ReWire track. To add more tracks, just go back to Reason ReWire under the Devices menu. Watch the mixer tracks grow. Now let's go back to Reason and change the routing so we can see audio appear in these new tracks. Now back to Cubase. Let's remix this. We can rename the tracks here so that we don't have to keep going back to Reason to figure out what's on each track. ReWire also allows us to take the instruments in Reason and play them in Cubase. Start with a fresh Cubase project and a new Reason project. This time we're only going to add one stereo ReWire channel. Now we're going to create a MIDI track, but before we do, let's flip over to Reason and create an instrument. This area here is sort of like the media bay in Cubase, but a little more simple. Select one of the various presets and double-click it. And there's our new instrument. Now let's create a MIDI track in Cubase. Click on the output for the track and you'll see a list of all the devices in Reason. This is the instrument we just created. Now let's record it as though it were any other VSTI in Cubase. Don't forget to enable the click and the pre-count, and if you're a sloppy keyboard drummer like me, make sure that Quantize is on. Using ReWire is fun and easy, and there's a little bit more to learn, but that depends on the specific application that you launch with Cubase.